In this video, I'm going to teach you about how to research and find branding ideas for book covers, such as the following: using fonts, motifs, signs, shapes, object positions, color washes, and/or similar pictures to brand books. Plus, I'm going to show you how to use templates for either author branding, standalone books, or book series. So we have a lot to cover, so let's get going. Okay, so let's take a look at Danielle Steele's books and her branding. First of all, she's a very famous author, and so her name is the brand. So she is not as tied to branding as a newer author because her name sells the books. But if you look through all of her books, there is a similarity between what type of artwork is chosen and how the books are presented. I would say this is a very light branding because it is mainly her name that is selling the books. Now, next is John Grisham, and he also is a famous author, and his name is what sells the books. Now, normally he justifies his name, but like on this one, even though it's a third book in a series, the cover, it does not follow any type of branding. Now, again, his name is the brand, so he is not tied to it. So I don't know who makes the decisions about the branding of the books, whether somebody of his stature gets to say what he wants on the cover or not. But in any event, you can see that he follows some level of branding, but every now and again he doesn't for whatever reason. Okay, now this one is a series and it follows the same thing, where the first two books, his name is justified and the title is in yellow, but the third book is, completely different. But again, his name is the brand. This is Nora Roberts, and her name is also a brand. However, I thought this was very beautiful. This is a 2-book series, and as you can see, these books are similar with the floral bottom framing. Okay, and then she always uses the same font and the same font for the title. Now, this is another series by Nora Roberts, and I chose this one because these covers are linked with a motif. This is a dragon in a circle, and it is in the center of all of the books. So that's a good way to link a series of books as well. All right, now this one is a series of books by L. Gray. And this one has 2 silhouettes in them, which are very, very popular on book covers. And these 3 books are also linked by a color wash. Later on in the video, I will show you that I have a video on my channel showing you how to do this type of technique. All right, and I just wanted to point out here that this is the way Amazon shows the series of books, no matter how many books are in them. So when you have the 3 books that are following the same template, so to speak, the same coloring, the same color wash, they look really great, and you can tell in one glance that it is a series. That's one of the benefits of branding. This is another branding example that I wanted to point out, where an author is using store signs to showcase the title of the book. And here you can see them all in a row. And all the signs are different, but yet they're similar enough where somebody who is falling in love with Laurie Gilmore's work will recognize this in a glance that it's her book. This is another one that I chose to point out because this is an easy style for a beginner. If you are on a very tight budget and need to do your own cover, this one would be very easy for you to do. It's just sort of a shape that you choose to use in the center for the title of the book. This is Elise Kennedy. Now, here are the three books together, and as you can see, because of the artwork, the center is just a little bit off, the spacing, so it's not quite a template, but as you can see, it follows the same theme, the same template, and it also links it as a series. Now, this one here I love. This is by Jean Granger. And this is another series, and this is linked by this little picture here at the bottom. I believe this is a police hat with a cup of coffee. And this picture appears on all of the covers. And then it blends up into the title of the book and then blends up into another scene. Okay, and so because this is linking the series, the pictures in the middle can be quite a bit different, which they are. Even the color schemes are much different, but this is anchoring it. This bottom picture here is anchoring it as a series. Now, this is another series and another style that is done by Lee Fenty. Okay, now this would also be good for a beginner. And this would also be good if you're writing in a series. This is also good, I believe, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, because these books are very easy to read, even in the smallest size that we see it on Amazon when you're scrolling through to choose a book, because the title is in the same place, the font is big. There's one picture which is makes it pretty clear what the story is going to be about, and then the author's name is at the bottom. So this is a good style for somebody who is just starting out. This would also be a good style if you weren't sure how many books were going to be in the series. Okay, so this is a vampire series, Masters of the Consulate by Sylvia Black. Now, these covers I think are wonderful. First of all, I love the font. It's very kind of vampire-y. The coloring is very dark, but yet each of the covers is fairly easy for a beginner. And it's also, this is built on a template. Now, I don't know. Oh, okay. So this has 12 books. So this is also a good template for someone who's going to have 12 different books or more in a series. So what changes on each of these covers is the face of the man. Okay. And each one has a different guy in it, but the background and the coloring is very similar. And you can tell when these books are side by side that they are, of course, in a series. And this is the Children of the Gods paranormal romance series. This one has 87 books. And this too is built on a template. So what we have is a picture of a man, okay, and we have this very unusual font for the title. And then I.T. Lucas, that's the author, is at the bottom, okay. And then what is swapped out is the picture of either a woman or a man. This one has both of them on the cover. And then it starts to veer off and change up a little bit, but what remains the same is the font and the series name. So this is a great way to link a series together. They're easily recognizable. In a glance, someone who loves this author can recognize a new book. Okay, so I brought this page up. This is bestsellers in women's mystery, thriller, and suspense fiction. And when you're starting out and you're not quite sure what you want to do in your covers, or whether you just want to do general author branding, or you want to do a series branding, you want to start in the genre in which you are going to be publishing. And for really new beginners, in order to do that, you just click on any book, okay? And then you come down to the bottom here, and there are 3 categories that each book is allowed to be in. And so what you would do is you would click on paranormal ghost romance, okay? And what will happen is you will be pulled into the best sellers in that particular genre. Okay, and then you can look down and see exactly which books are bestsellers and how they are doing their covers. And just using the bestseller pages is a good idea for you to get your first ideas for what type of branding or what type of covers you really like. I'm on the Amazon bestseller page for Cozy Mysteries. Now, Cozy Mystery covers can go anywhere from hand-drawn stick figures and hand-drawn letters all the way to photography and everything in between. Illustrations, graphic work, combination of the two, work by expensive illustrators. It runs the gamut. So if you are writing a cozy mystery, you will start from the bestseller list and decide which one of the styles you think would fit your work and that you would be able to produce. And when I say produce, I mean either you will be able to create the artwork yourself or you will be able to afford to have the artwork done. Because sometimes getting illustration work, which is very popular in cozy mystery, can be very expensive. So this category might require a little bit more research. But anyway, this is where you would start, is at the bestseller list. Now, if you are ready to start looking into making your own covers, I have a few videos on my channel that you might be interested in. This is talking about the book cover template that we covered today. This one is a video for beginners where I talk about how to create a cover like this. This one is how to create this technique using silhouettes and these color washes and blending the 2 colors. This one is also how to use a silhouette and a color wash. These are very popular. And then this one is how to remove a background, because in a lot of the book covers that we just looked at, you have a scene that is cut out and put against either a mountain scene or a sky scene or something else. So once you know how to remove a background from a picture, you can begin to piece together a nice scene for the front of your book cover. Thanks for watching. Here is a panel of all of my books that are available on Amazon.com. And if you learned anything, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.